Hey guys, what's going on? It's Carter, and this is episode 6, I believe, of Walking One Take. And right now I'm just kind of taking a break right now. It's actually like beautiful in Ohio today. It's like 75 degrees or something, and like the sun is setting. And so I decided to kind of just take a little break and enjoy the weather, but then talk to you guys about a topic that I got asked yesterday actually, and it actually spawned me to write an entire article on it, which is probably already posted, and I'll make sure I put it in the links, the link to it in the description of this video. But I also wanted to make a video just to kind of summarize my opinion on the topic. And so this dude messaged me and he asked me, about cheat meals and how often he should be taking them, how to properly, separate his calories and carbohydrates and fats, like to get the most benefits from his cheat meals. And so right off the bat, I think that people have this misconception that they need to take cheat meals. Or they need to like do this in order to continue seeing progress. And the truth is that, the first issue is that a lot of people think that the term cheat meal is the same as what is referred to as a refeed. And there's actually an important difference between the two things. And so whenever you see athletes or like, or even like, fitness competitors or people, like on YouTube and on Instagram or whatever, who are getting like to extremely low levels of body fat, whenever you see these people like taking a refeed, you have to realize it's, they do this because it's a kind of controlled surplus of calories, like normally like 500 or 600. And then it's also, the majority of those calories are coming from carbohydrates. And the reason that they do this is because it restores glycogen, which is basically just like a substance that's like in your muscles, that's used as energy. And then also they're doing this to increase the hormone called leptin. And basically all you need to know about leptin is that it's pretty important for like the regulation of your hunger levels and your satiety levels. So it's important to tell you that you're full or you're hungry, and whatnot. And so for the average Joe or Jane, going to the gym, just trying to get lean, trying to be healthy, you're not really in a position where you're getting so lean and dieting so hard that you're required to like upregulate this stuff and like refuel your body because you're like depleted of glycogen and all this stuff. Like you're normally in a situation where you're just trying to like reach a healthy body weight and just kind of perform well in the gym and just feel better. And so that's the first issue, and it's that people assume that a cheat meal and a refeed are the same thing. And so really refeeds aren't as enjoyable as cheat meals, honestly, because cheat meals are more for, you go out and you purposely eat, an excess amount of calories from both carbohydrates and fats, and you're not really worried about it, where a refeed is more strategic, and it's based around carbohydrates and like a certain calorie number. So that's the first difference. And then the second difference is people, or the email I got from the guy, and I'm assuming that a lot of people have this issue, is that they think that if they need to keep taking these cheat meals every like Sunday because it's important for them to continue seeing progress, and that's just not true. Like if you're just an average person, like I said, you should be only taking cheat days whenever you feel like you need a break from dieting. But even then, I caution against them, and just because I think for most people, like for me, for instance, like I was like 300 plus pounds overweight, and I had a serious like addiction to food. And so whenever I would try to have a cheat meal, it would just turn into a binge, and I would just eat like 6,000 or 7,000 calories. And like, it was easy to do that for me. And that's why I always avoided them. I was kind of an all or nothing person. But there's definitely people who can benefit, from the occasional diet break and can control themselves when they're eating in a calorie surplus. And my Fitbit's going off that I took 10,000 steps, but I'm not even walking. So I don't know what that means. But anyways, So if you are going to take a cheat meal, just basically go into it knowing that it's probably, like, you don't really need to take one to accelerate your fat loss. Instead, you should just be using it as like a mental break or a reward of sorts for your hard work that you've been putting in with your diet, being consistent and like consistently working out and everything. And then also, if you are going to do a refeed, I put it in the article. I talk a lot more about this, and it's probably a lot better organized in the article. So if this is kind of confusing, definitely check out the article. But whenever somebody asks me about a refeed, or whenever I'm working with clients, or not a refeed, cheat meal. See, I caught myself. I'm talking about a cheat meal. I typically try to recommend that they eat no more than 2,000 calories over their daily calorie limit while they're dieting. So for instance, let's say that you're dieting on 1,600 calories, I would say to not go above like 3,600 calories for that day, because you need to go into a cheat meal understanding that like it's a mental break. You're probably going to like set yourself back like a day or two, but that's really it. Like, it's not a big deal. But if you go into it and like overeat and you start feeling ashamed and all this, and then you end up like overdoing your calories by like 4, 5, 6, 7,000 calories even, like I've done it before, then you're looking at like undoing weeks or a week or more of progress and fat loss. So basically the takeaways of this video are: one, understand that a cheat meal is not necessary to keep making progress. If you are stalled in your weight loss progress, it's probably a number of other things like, are you tracking accurately? Are you eating too much food? Are you moving enough? Like things like that. That's probably the issue if you're having a weight loss stall. But then two is understanding that a cheat meal should be used as like a mental break, and you should be aware or okay with the fact that it might set you back a day or two, but know that it's going to reward you in the future. And that will make sure that you're managing your calories and not like taking things out of control. So hopefully this video made sense. It's just something I think I kind of have like I just feel like too many people are like advising their clients or people that follow them to like take cheat meals every week, and it's important. It's going to boost your leptin and all this stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter unless you're like getting really lean, in my opinion. I think most of the time it does more harm than good. And so yeah, I hope this video was useful. Like I said, if you want more actionable advice, I guess, or more organizing them in a better to understand way, definitely check out the article, because I'm better at consolidating my ideas and putting them on paper or on the web than I am like face to face on the camera. But yeah, I just want to make this video just to kind of talk about it a little bit more, I guess. But before I go, I'll show you guys this sweet view I got. You see this? That's just Ohio country. That's like a portrait. You could like see that hanging up in a museum, or not a museum, like an art museum or something. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm delirious. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the video here just to save myself. So if you like this video though, definitely give it a thumbs up, and then subscribe if you want to see more if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.